MS is an autoimmune disease. It is when the immune system starts to attack the brain. They do not understand why this happens or why it suddenly starts, why it doesn't start from birth. Typically, you are diagnosed with MS between the ages of 25 and 40, and it's more prominently found in women. With my son, when he was 11 years old, he was in a bike accident and he wrecked so hard that he actually shattered his bike helmet. After his accident, his hands and arms went completely numb. He was not able to use them at all, couldn't hold a pencil. His walking was really difficult and weird. We took him in and they thought that he just had a severe brain injury from this bike accident. They put him on bed rest and a bunch of medications to help try to repair this injury. We weren't getting any resolve. He was still progressing downhill. They sent us to Primary Children's for a spinal tap, and that gave us the definitive diagnosis of MS. That was in 2010. He was even on the strongest MS therapy known, which is called Tysabri. He did these infusions once a month for a couple of years, and he is still getting lesions. We started doing research on a place called Stemgenics. It is a stem cell therapy. So after all of the stem cell therapies, he is no longer walking with a cane. He is no longer sleeping. His pain level is minimum to almost non-existent. It's just been quite an incredible journey. And it's not a cure. He definitely still has MS. And there may come time when the MS activates or whatever again and starts to attack that myelin sheath and break it down, but that's something that we can address in the future when it happens. The National MS Society is a nationwide society with different chapters for different states. The financial burden of MS is humongous. There's so many things that insurance doesn't cover that you need. So, like for example, one year my air conditioning went out. We have central air. We absolutely have to have central air for Garrett to function. Heat for MS patients is difficult. So when our central air went out, we panicked. We just didn't have the funds to do that right away, and we knew we needed an air conditioner right away. So I called the MS Society and asked them, can you give me a referral? Can you help me? Tell me where to go. I don't know what to do. And the lady told me, her name is Amber. She said, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna send a company out to your house. We're gonna diagnose the unit that you have. If it's repairable, we'll fix it. If it's not, you'll get a new machine. Don't worry. And so they did. A company came out, diagnosed the machine. It wasn't repairable, and the National MS Society paid for us to have a whole new unit, professionally installed, ducts cleaned, vents cleaned, and everything hooked up to a new thermostat. And they paid for all of that. That's not something my family could have afforded. I would encourage you to donate to the National MS Society. Without donations from the community, they cannot do the research and they cannot help the families that do need it. These aren't families that aren't trying to help themselves, but the financial burden of MS is greater than most families can even wrap their mind around.